And I'd say, Pam! And then it was Francis. It's a grade 19. Are you crazy? Okay. Take it. So anyway, Pam, you've been a great friend, as I've said, and I have enjoyed knowing you. And please keep me in your life after your retirement.
Oh, Francis, how was Francis Little was the nurse before Linda. And then, as I said, Francis was, she applied for a different position. I kept saying, you've got to do it, you've got to do it. Get on, they all say, get on the list, get on the state list. And Francis did, and she moved up to a grade 19, which is wonderful. So we miss her, but that was great. Thank you. But I do want to say this one thing, if I can. Wait a minute. With Francis. All right, I'll let you go one thing. Okay. So, all right, I'm sure most of you have heard the story about when I had this, I had a reaction to this Fosamax for my osteoporosis, all right, aging, you know, that's another reason to leave here. And I had this reaction to it. And so Francis, I'm like, oh my God, Francis, I'm so dizzy. And she said, that's all right, Pam. All right, she goes, now listen, I got to go home. Are you okay? I said, yeah, I think I'm okay, but walk out to the car.
Oh, God.
But of course, I stopped to talk to people. And Francis leaves me. And of course, I have an attack. And then, of course, Joycey, my little Joy, had to come. They had to call 911.
Scared the mess out of me.
They took me off on an ambulance.
Well, I had time to put the top down on my dad's convertible and followed the ambulance to the hospital. But go on. There was time. There was time.
Yes. Okay. But Francis, your heart was in the right place. I just stopped to talk. Again, I was in the right profession. Speech, talking. Okay, Joycey.
Yeah.
Joycey and I.
You can't walk down the hallway, Cam, because you are prone to stop 15 times. I don't care who's walking by, and then she goes through the whole spiel of house, wife, house, kids, house, this, house, that. And Cam, you're supposed to. There's a me. I worked with Pam when I first came to the adolescent unit. She was my office mate. And of course I was nervous. I went in my early 20s, almost 30, scary. And I'm thinking, you know, you're going into a new environment, you don't know who you're going to work with, but now I have to be an office mate with someone. And no offense, but I'm thinking, okay, this is an older lady, she may not. Little did I know that I was going to be rooming with someone that felt like I was just back in college again. Because I was like, she's not the age she's telling me shit. There's no way. This woman has more energy than I do, and she loves cameras as much as I do. And I'm like, where have you been all my life? And so we instantly connected, and I mean, there was not a party that she wouldn't be present for. I'm the recreation therapist for people that don't know. I'm the fun lover, and she was right alongside me. She always was there, no matter what, whether I needed to vent or just help me out with something. And I mean, I couldn't thank you more for that, because it wouldn't have been as easy of a transition from working in a nursing home to where we were there. It just made me, oh gosh, I mean, no crying, okay. You just made me so comfortable and brought this energy out of me, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do something for the good of mankind, and I'm gonna bring something out of this. Oh, you're right. It was slightly over. And she did the total opposite, and you know, we became partners in crime, and I'm gonna miss you terribly. And we share this one guy who loves us both a lot, and he's gonna definitely miss you, but I'll take over accordingly. And oh my gosh, there's so many memories.
My father is here.
But you rock, you're awesome, and I know you're not gonna stop. I would love to have this image of you like sitting back and crocheting, making picture collages, but that will never be the case. Like, you're gonna keep going nonstop. I don't know how your kids did it, and your husband, and your parents, anybody, but man, you keep going and don't stop.
It's a
I
daily
love
thing.
you.
All right, but more than that, I'm really worried for Pete.
Oh yeah, I've got the list going, John.
So Pete, I feel your pain.
No, it'll be Peter's like, you know, like new lease on life. I mean, he'll just be like, oh, Pam, I guess I must retire a second time.
John, I found several job applications. I just an over
Everybody, Paul and I have a very long relationship, right,
I'm going to
Paul?
talk about age, but I've known Pam since the 50s, and I've also known her longer than some of her siblings have known her.
I'm not old enough.
Longer than before they were born.
And you've known me longer than Peter.
Again, longer than most of your relatives. I've known you longer.
I mean, everyone, he's Dr. Byron, I'm like, oh, Paul. And they're like, how can you call him that? I'm like, I'm older than him.
And we're not going to talk about age and what I'm worried about here. But, and so there's lots of history. And when I write a little speech and everything, and then you go back and proofread it, and you realize that children and people who are religious and what have you probably wouldn't want to hear a lot of these things that I have to say. I have to eliminate most of what I was going to say. Thank goodness. You know, we've been talking about finding pictures and proof of old stories that we used to have and using it against each other as evidence and things. So
I promise, as long as I work at Old Heck, I would not tell any stories. Pull out some of those pictures tomorrow.
So
I'm still working there another week.
you have memories that are 55 years old or so, and I was telling Milt, one of my earliest memories still is that I was afraid of Pam or Tom or whatever your name was back in those days, and afraid of she and all of her friends, because there was a girls' baseball team called the Orioles, and the Orioles used to whip all the boys' baseball teams, so in the National Little League, we were all in fear of the girls' baseball team. I mean, can you imagine? A girls' baseball team could whip any of us.
And remember, that back in the 50s, 60s, I mean, that was unheard of. So
Marsha Ringelman
we
on
did
one
basketball
end,
and we
and
did
Barbara
baseball.
Light on the other end, and Barbara, I mean, all these women that we all grew up in the Scotland Avenue area. We all went to school together. Her parents tried to protect her by sending her to a Catholic girls' high school and then a Catholic college. Didn't work. But we've known each other, and to feel her sister went to school with my sister, her sisters go to school with my brother, intertwined, and for anybody who knows Albany, incestuous. Long history. So, with all that kind of history, and I'm not going to, a lot of you guys don't know a lot about it. We're not going to keep going on that. But Pam and I have kind of worked together now in this new job. She shows up one day. She's going to work, and I haven't seen her in probably 20 years or so. And she's going to work. We're going to work closer together, except for one problem. I'm in administration. She's on the other side. And in fact, when Pam would show up in administration, before she got there, if we knew that she was coming, they would pass out supplies for our fellow administrators, and we usually do these dual purpose kinds of